ever wondered how you can make it from Colorado Springs to Denver, a commute that usually takes over an hour, in just 20 minutes? Hello, everyone. I'm Cory, and I'm a certified motorcycle instructor currently teaching in Colorado. And in this video, I'm going to show you how this is possible, the risks involved in trying it, and my personal thoughts about it as a motorcycle safety instructor. But first, I want to start by saying I don't know Gixxer Brah personally and don't have any love or hate for the guy behind the channel. I'm not making this video to criticize a stranger or trash on someone I don't know, but I do feel a need to share my thoughts on the risks of riding like this for my students' sakes, especially as someone who used to ride recklessly in the past myself. Recently, a story received national attention when a rider posted a video of their ride from Colorado Springs to Denver on YouTube. They were traveling northbound on I-25, a stretch of interstate that runs north and south through the state of Colorado. The section of I-25 between Colorado Springs and Denver, nicknamed Monument Valley Highway, is about 70 miles long and with light traffic can take around an hour and 15 minutes. Many motorists use this stretch of road daily to get to work, and it's often very congested and frequently under construction, leading to even longer commute times for car drivers and motorcycle riders alike, sometimes taking over 2 hours. So, how is it possible to make it in just 20 minutes? One rider found out when he traveled this stretch at speeds of over 100 miles per hour on his motorcycle, lane splitting between other vehicles and oftentimes using the shoulder to pass. Since most people were doing the speed limit, which alternates between 65 and 75 miles per hour along this stretch, the footage appeared very extreme to some who viewed it. To others, it was maddening. So, now we know it's possible to do this, but what about the risks involved with trying to pull this off? As a motorcycle instructor, there's an exercise I like to do with my students that I think helps put things like this in perspective. It doesn't require a motorcycle, and if you're watching this video, you can actually try it right now. All it takes is a little imagination, or maybe even just a good memory. Do you remember being a little kid, running around all hours of the day, playing outside, enjoying the fresh air and sunshine, laughing and smiling and having a blast with an overall feeling of freedom and wonder? For the most part, your day was amazing, and you might have felt unstoppable. But what about those times when you accidentally tripped and fell down and ended up skinning your knees or scraping your elbows, or maybe even got a hard bump on the head? How fast do you think you were running when you fell down? Maybe 2 miles per hour? What kind of damage did it do to your body? Now imagine you're exiting the grocery store and walking to your car out in the parking lot. You're not going very fast, but you suddenly trip and fall, and your pint of half-baked goes rolling away across the ground. As most of us age, our bodies aren't as flexible as when we were younger, and now we might have sustained a broken bone or other major injury from this low-speed fall. Now imagine you fall down at 140 miles per hour on the highway with dozens of vehicles surrounding you on all sides. What kind of injuries do you think you're going to have now? Especially if all you're wearing is a t-shirt and a pair of jeans. And you're not only putting yourself at risk of serious injury or death, but all of the other motorists around you as well. Whether they be single occupants commuting to work, a couple out for a day trip, or an entire family setting out on their very first cross-country road trip, the consequences of a crash at these speeds extend way beyond yourself. If anything goes wrong, the chance of a crash at these speeds is very high, and the chance of avoiding one is very low. Even if you manage to become aware of a hazard up ahead and take action to try and stop, you're still very likely to end up crashing. This is because your brain needs time to think and process information, and then your body needs time to respond and react. At this point, your motorcycle still takes even more time to slow down as it works to remove all of the built-up kinetic energy. And that's if you even know how to stop your motorcycle quickly. A simple way to remember this is your braking distance will quadruple when your speed doubles. Or, as I like to remind my students, the faster you're going, the harder you're going to hit, and the longer it's going to take you to stop. Take a look at this chart and see if you can figure out how long it would take this rider to stop their motorcycle traveling at 140 miles per hour. How much distance will they cover? How many car lengths is that? Of course, there are other risks involved, like expensive tickets, jail time, losing your license, and having your bike impounded, but those things don't matter if you're dead. But what does a motorcycle safety instructor think about all of this? When I first started riding, I was too poor to afford a GoPro, and I'm glad because I might have been out there riding in this similar fashion, high speed, reckless, lane splitting, not really caring about my safety or anyone else's on the road. and I might have been recording and posting videos just like this, making a bunch of money from those videos, and ended up eventually killing myself for a bunch of views. I have a feeling that most moto vloggers that ride in this style and this fashion are simply doing it for the views. If they weren't getting the clicks, then they probably wouldn't ride this way, at least not as often. Someone in this rider's comments was encouraging him to make a video like this in every state. So you get comments like that, fanboys that are egging you on, telling you, wow, that was really entertaining and exciting. Go do it again. Put your life on the line again, just so we can sit back and watch and enjoy it and be entertained for a few minutes while you go out and potentially kill yourself and someone else. Going hand in hand with YouTube and social media and the power and reach of all these videos, the influence that it has on other riders and especially new ones. And this is one of the points that really hits home for me as a motorcycle safety instructor. Around the time that this video came out, I had brand new riders in my class, have never even gotten on a motorcycle yet, don't have their license, have never been out on the road and seen all of the dangers and risks firsthand. But having watched that video, they thought it was entertaining and cool, and they wanted to go out and ride like that on the roads. That poses a challenge for me as an instructor. I'm trying to teach these students not only the fundamentals of riding, but also try to plant the seed for some mental awareness and good judgment as well, as far as making responsible choices and decisions when they do get out on the roads. Brand new riders see this and want to emulate that. And here I am trying to kind of promote and encourage the opposite. Now, one thing I've seen mentioned is in a lot of the comments and social media is kind of this freedom of choice thing that gets brought up a lot with motorcycle groups and communities. People go back and forth. Some people, preach all the gear all the time. Some people say it's my choice. I'll ride butt naked if I want to. And I agree with that. Everyone has their own choice to make, especially when it comes to your riding style. I think that's true as well. You can ride the speed limit everywhere you go, being very safety oriented and responsible, or you can do double the speed limit and put a bunch of people's lives in danger, including your own. At the end of the day, if riders like this do end up killing themselves, I feel bad about it because it's a human being, it's a life that is lost and kind of in a stupid way for nothing. Will I shed any tears for them? No. I do feel bad if this rider is riding in this fashion and ends up hurting or killing other people with this type of riding. That's what I care about, putting other people's lives in danger, putting other people at risk because of the choice that you're making. If this rider wanted to do this exact same run on I-25 from Colorado Springs to Denver, and there were no other cars or motorists on the road, it was shut down, it was empty, closed course kind of thing, then by all means, do 140 miles an hour, top your bike out, get as much as you can out of it, and go have all the fun you want. As soon as you introduce all of these other motorists and people, families, kids, all these other human beings and lives, as soon as you add them to that equation, it becomes a public road with other people involved. And if you're riding in that style with all of those other people, that's where the issue starts to arise. And that's where you're stepping outside of that realm of freedom of choice, personal freedom. Now you're essentially threatening the freedoms and choices and lives of other people who you don't know, and your actions are going to put their lives in jeopardy. For a lot of people who watch these videos and kind of cheer for this behavior or are fans of it, they don't seem to understand or care about the consequences because they watch all these videos and they don't really see any consequences happening as a result of this type of behavior. If they saw a crash video where he gets torn to shreds and obliterated and is killed, then maybe that would be a wake-up call for some people. But as long as he's riding like this and continuing to be lucky and survive and not face any consequences, then this continues to just be a form of entertainment for people, and they kind of get their kicks out of watching it. The kind of silly part of all this is that when he finally does get cleaned up from riding like this, all of these people who cheer and comment and are fans of his, they'll definitely all turn up for the memorial ride and do a bunch of wheelies and high-speed reckless riding to mourn him. Definitely, if I was out driving with my family in a vehicle on this road and a rider came flying past at these speeds riding in this style, I would take offense to it. If I was out riding on my motorcycle with my partner and a rider came flying past us riding in this style, I would take extreme offense to it. He could easily kill both of us if we were riding along, doing the speed limit, being responsible and safety minded, and we had to suddenly make a lane change or an emergency maneuver, swerving to avoid some debris or a pothole or an object in the road, and someone's lane splitting doing 140 miles an hour coming up behind us and can't react in time. We don't ever see them coming. We can easily be killed by that. So this is something that is a definite threat and something that should be taken seriously. It doesn't take any skill to ride fast on a highway like the riding shown in this video. Anyone can do it. So many riders do it all day, every day. So there's nothing unique or special about it. If you do want a challenge on your motorcycle, if you're kind of bored with the day-to-day commute and riding that you do, doing the speed limit, riding around with other traffic, then go sign up for an advanced training class. They have them all over the country. There's probably one right nearby you in your state. Go online and look it up. You'll probably find something and you'll have a blast. There's tons of advanced training available. You can learn all these cool advanced techniques, things you never even thought you could do on your motorcycle. They have amazing instructors that can teach you. Go find a track, right? Learn how to track ride, get full gear, get geared up, learn how to lean your bike over, go around the track, do some really technical stuff that can really take your riding to the next level. Think about MotoGP riders, guys like Valentino Rossi and Marquez and all these others. They are the best riders on the planet, and they are doing the most technical, high-speed track riding, and they are all fully geared up from head to toe. This isn't a coincidence. This is because they want to push themselves, their skills and abilities to the limits. They want to push these top-of-the-line machines to the limits, and they want to do it responsibly and safely so that they can have a blast and have so much fun doing it. And if they do screw up and crash, that they can get up and recover and go do it again. So what do you think about all this? Where do you stand? Let me know in the comments. And if you do want to become a safer rider, then watch this video to learn how ignoring these safe riding tips can be fatal. Thanks for watching. And Gixxer Brah, if you're watching this, I really encourage you to go find some advanced training nearby you. Go hit up the track. Go find some like-minded individuals who can kind of guide you and teach you and show you that there's a much safer, better, more fun way to do this stuff. I hope that you can link up with some people like that, turn the page, and start a new chapter. I care for you, and I don't want to see you get smoked out on the highway for some YouTube views. So stay safe out there.